Hello everyone and welcome. You're watching the Ritmix RSL number 3 and we're gonna have a first match today, Bly against Oz. This is the group B and this is the first time I'm casting this cup. I'm really looking forward to it. I hope I get to cast a lot of those games, and actually I didn't even know there was gonna be such a map in the map pool, and I'm already liking it a lot because I really like this map in Brood War. And I think this is Heartbreak Ridge, if I'm correct. And for those of you who play Brood War, you should be able to recognize this map. It was a pretty cool one. A lot of epic big games played on it. And Oz, as a Brood War player himself, he seems to already know kind of how to wall. We see this pylon going down by his expansion. Pretty sure we're going to see a forge expand. He chooses not to scout right after putting down his pylon. I think he's not aware of Bly's potential reputation here. Bly, who likes to throw a lot of cheeses in, is serious sometimes. I guess not too many early pulls, but at least sometimes some good gas builds. I wouldn't be surprised on this map if he chooses, for example, to go for a build where he could bust the wall here with some spines and then run by some links into the main of Oz. So we're gonna have to see what Bly chooses to do here, and how Oz adapts to it. Actually, I wonder if he puts an overlord over here, if Oz could spot it or not. That's going to be really interesting to see. I guess here would be a very safe position. But even if he puts an overlord here and Oz cannot spot it from there, he can just put a unit here to gain vision here. And there's a gold base in the middle, protected by rocks. I guess if you can secure this base, it means you've already put a lot of work towards winning. Zalaga Watchtower very close to the base here. It's gonna be pretty nice, I think, for Protoss, just because he can make one Zealot and camp it here and see a lot of potential cheeses coming. Well, there is still this mineral over here, which could allow potential backdoor. Rocks were added as well. Yeah, really nice map actually. And Oz finally scouting a little bit here. He's gonna see there was a very standard build here used by Bly, and he's not even gonna bother so far scout the main of Bly to see if he has a gas or not. And Bly already has a gas, so I'm curious to see. Oh, okay, actually he was gonna try to hide in there for some time, maybe later on throw down a pylon and make maybe some kind of big gate push into the main of Bly, maybe even DTs. But Bly being able to scout this, he saw the probe somehow and sniped it, which is pretty good for him. A little bit late, 2 gases here by Oz. He's gonna transfer a lot of probes. Walker count 23 to 16. Oz doing a very good job with those chrono boosts so far. And I guess since Bly went for gas and not a third hatch, he's a little bit behind Walker-wise right now, but not too far behind. And Oz actually, I think he perfect walled himself for now. He sends out another probe. We do not have a third hatch made just yet for Bly, and speed is on the way. Has his core for Oz, still chrono boosting a lot of probes. I haven't. Oh, actually. Okay, he's gonna make a cannon over here, just not to get cheesed. He wants to be very careful with what happens. I'm not sure that's a very good choice. I mean, he could have just made this pylon here for being able to spot, because I don't think one worker could mine this in one go. So if you make a pylon here, you have a lot of time to be able to see what potentially comes, and then you can just make a pylon here and be ready to make a gate here in case something goes wrong. But I guess if roaches do make their way here, it will be pretty tough for us. So 2 gases being added at the expansion very early on here for Oz. Warp gate has begun, and he's actually very worried about a potential all-in. I did not follow up on this probe, but let's see. Yeah, I think it made it all the way here and he saw there was no third, so Oz seems to be pretty worried, and he's gonna just get 2 sentries very early on and 2 cannons as well. Like I say, Bly, most known for his very aggressive style and sometimes cheeses. Actually, Oz, he keeps on making sentries. I would have liked to see a Zealot after this, just to be able to claim those Zenlaga watchtowers, maybe get some vision, take a little bit of info. And Oz is now adding a couple gates in his main, just 2 so far. The third one was at his expansion. Those are gonna line up very well with his warp gate tech. And we should see very soon whether he chooses to add a Twilight first or a Robo. I don't think it will be a Stargate, since it will be very late. Actually, yeah, those Overlords doing some very nice scouting. Oh, look at this one. Sees everything. This one will fly into the main of Oz. You just saw a couple gates. Yeah, but now Blythe does the Twilight Council. And look, oh my god, these 2 Overlords, they can see everything. It's insane. And Oz is going to choose to come out this way just by killing his own pylon. He's adding Hallucination. Very interesting choice. I think he's just going to try to take a 3rd base and do a bunch of scouting. But with Oz, you never know. Sometimes he just does those crazy blink plays where he just goes for very late 2 base timing. But I don't know. He's made too many probes in this game for me to believe that in this one. And Bly actually choosing to go for Mutas here. I think it's very common for Bly to go for Mutas when he thinks his opponent is going to stay on 2 bases for a little bit and then try to take a quick 3rd and maybe play a bit greedily. But so far, Oz is really not trying to be greedy at all. He's just making a lot of probes, playing it very safe. He's added a lot of gates now, adding a Robo in the back of his base, getting Blink and +2 as well. So I think Oz should be fine. The map overlay might be the hard parts about facing potentially those Mutas, just because you see the main and the 3rd are very far apart, and I think if he had to defend between all those spaces, how does he blink from here to here? Maybe he can shift here, but... Oh, and Bly with the very nice run by here. Oz has to react. He doesn't react just yet. And those Lings are gonna make their way into the main of Oz, who warps a couple Zealots immediately, but I think some of the probes are gonna get picked off here. Bly actually, he could have used hold position to kill even more. And Oz doing a very good job of keeping the Zenlaga watchtower control, but Bly with the very nice reaction here. And we have 10 Mutas in the making. And I think Oz is aware of that. Yeah, he did spot the Spire, so he's throwing down 2 Stargates now. In the very back of his base. And because of that, he's gonna delay his 3rd way much. I think he should have just warped a Zealot and sent it to the 3rd base here and try to clean it and take it as soon as possible. But yeah, since he seems to be really afraid of Mutas right now, he's just going to take his time, try to get a couple of Phoenixes out. He doesn't have, oh, actually he has a couple of Chronobursts here saved up, so he's going to be able to get those Phoenixes very quickly. And we have 11 Mutas for Bly here. He's just made 4 more. He's researching +1 attack for them. And another Ling run by here. And I think Bly is just going to try to kill those cannons so that he can keep up the harass later on, but as soon as he sees those Phoenixes, I just want to know how he's going to react. And Oz, I think, he's doing something very smart right now, because he's hiding those Phoenixes so well. And Bly, he's almost certain right now that he's facing a lot of Stalkers with Blink, but if Oz can manage to make 8 or 10 Phoenixes and Bly is on too many Mutas, it's going to be really hard for him to be able to potentially take a fight. And oh, the core might go down here. Okay. Bly pulls back, 4 spines here, really nice wall, good saturation on every base from Bly here, and he's gonna pick off this core. Very well done here by Bly. Mutas flying around, looking to do some more harass, and I think Ozzy realizes he's gonna be spending all of his gas on those Phoenixes, so he's getting charged for Zealots right now, and I think we might see a very big timing here with a lot of Mutas and charge lots, lots of Phoenixes, I'm sorry. And charge lots under. He knows that for Bly right now it's going to be so hard to switch to anything. He cannot really win with Mutas against Phoenixes, so what can he make basically? He can only make Lings right now, but Zealots with +2 attack and charge are just going to be so good against those Lings. So I think Oz is just going to try to clean this up and then hit a very big timing. I'm surprised he hasn't sent a probe out on the map to make a pylon just yet. Those Mutas finding their way out. No, the Phoenixes. They could have chased and killed everything. But anyway, 5 red Mutas, not going to be too relevant. And Bly is doing the big switch for Zerglings, 42 Zerglings in the making right now, 1-1 being researched. And he's actually just gonna neglect those Mutas and let them die. And yeah, Oz is out for blood right now, moving out on the map. He has 9 Phoenixes, 4 Stalkers, 19 Zealots, 59 probes to the 65 drones of Bly. Bly moving out now, trying to get a good surround of those units, but there's just so many Zealots and they already have charge. He's gonna lose everything here. I don't think it was smart by Bly to move out here. And Oz just pouring through right now, gonna be able to take down this defense, and I don't think Bly is gonna be able to hold 81 supply right now to 137 of Oz. Bly is losing everything. I think he would have needed to switch to Roaches, and he wasn't careful enough with his Mutas. He really needed to spot those Phoenixes on time. Very well done here by Oz. Smart play. I was actually a bit sad he didn't try to go for the quick third, but in this game it really proved to be the right choice by him. And Oz right now taking his time to go into the main, just sniping a lot of warlords, making sure nothing goes wrong in this game. Bly is staying in, but I think he already knows that it's pretty much over. Adding 9 Infestors now. I know Infestors are good, but they're not that good when you're more than 50 supply behind. And Oz having some fun lifting some drones. And yeah, behind this Oz, he was just gonna take a third as soon as he's safe. I remember I used to see Oz take a lot of very quick thirds, and sometimes it costed him the game, but in this one he really took his time and he really showed us how to counter this build by Bly.